Hello, hello, everybody.
We're live.
Hello.
Hello, audience.
Mika.
What are the chances that you can hear us?
I see lines. Lines are doing things.
There's ass in the chat.
I see two
Hello,
picture
sound.
ass in the chat. Kaitu says sound exists.
Excellent.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
Welcome once again to your friendly neighborhood dungeon biologist, bringing you some steaming, heaping helping of trash heroes, not just trash.
We're
It
extra
is the
steamy.
D&D stream where we recount epic adventures of wildly improbable collection of horrible creatures we call the Trash Heroes. As always, our players are this collection of amazing, talented internet art maker of things, cartoonists and other forms of art. I have to include game design and physical sculpture because of Raven.
Oh yeah.
But please
VR?
do check out all of the
VR, yeah.
Yeah, VR. Just if it's art, this team's making it.
Mhm.
Arts and sciences. So please do check out all the links in the upper right. Although we haven't updated that for John and Lena, so
Oh
we're gonna
yeah.
probably want to do
Yeah.
that.
I barely got a brand new. Ooh, here we go.
Oh, perfect timing. Of
Everyone be
Tromlin.
good. Nothing happened.
Tromlin.
We
Nothing
did not
happened.
I know
hit
Dad's
first.
here.
Dad, more like daddy.
Daddy.
I'm very
Zaddy.
sorry for being late, y'all.
Oh, no worries.
No worries. We literally just started.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm just gonna
And now
adjust a
Alina's
little
going to
bit.
cover up our screwed up upper right thing because it's going to become.
Don't worry about
Wait,
it.
who's GM? Someone
No, it's not.
give
It's
us
still there.
inspiration.
No, it's still there. We're good.
No, it's still there. Everything's good. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna do the whole stream script thing. Let's meet the characters. First up, larger than life pit fighting superstar Ugna Sugar Tusks.
I got my names back. Now I'm gonna go adjust our cameras. Bye.
You're not
Next up is
You're
the
saying, ooh, no. No.
Ugna. Next is our trickster cleric, rogue baker, and all-around party animal Tromlin Darioles.
Now with warlock flavor.
That's the pink hearts or the yellow moons.
Mhm.
And then there is the wild magic streaming sensation Morgan the Satyr.
Eating and
Except now
serving.
fairy. And also we have the fencing feline swashbuckler extraordinaire El Gato.
Yeah.
Woo!
And you're not crazy, that's new.
Welcome, John.
Mm.
And finally our sweet old grandpa, who's also accidentally an ancient warlock, Copernicus Sunshine.
The original warlock flavor.
Ew.
Classic.
Is this like Coke Classic and New Coke?
That's exactly
Yeah.
my brain.
Yeah.
Exactly what this is.
Yeah.
So instead of classic, it's like classic in the sense of like Hellenistic studies, like 2,000 years ago classic.
I was just picturing those like ancient cola bottles that are like covered
Oh,
in
yeah.
lint and
Yeah.
It's
That's
like
awesome.
just
as in,
syrup
like,
inside.
from, like the actual original. Yeah, just like a
Yeah.
syrup film.
Yeah.
Now with cocaine again.
Perny is definitely the version with cocaine.
Mm-hmm.
So buckle up for this info dump, but I've got a we had the 100th episode
It was a
last
big
time,
game.
so I've got a longer than normal recap. So the party started last time having met up with a caravan traveling from the desert city of Jangalar to the stronghold of Karazm, where the Council of Sattraps is supposedly convened to deal with a new threat to the Wahadi Empire. The Speaker of Ix, an old nomad from the deep desert, is being brought to share his visions with the council, and he proclaimed that the party must also be brought before the council. So off you went, and during a midday break on the journey, Tromlin succeeded finally in attuning the clue, the seeing stone, away from Kashi the Deathless, and found himself suddenly standing before the Raven Queen. She thanked him for rescuing her eye and said she had further tasks for him. Tromlin asked if those tasks would involve screwing over his two fathers, his abandoning noble father and his newly discovered Fey father, to which she nodded. He agreed, and the bargain was struck. He had become a warlock of the Raven Queen. His little wooden Fey son, Tinkertap, has transformed into a Raven companion.
He's still just as creepy, though.
Oh yes, I would argue more creepy. At least he doesn't like merge out of the tattoo in Tromlin's neck anymore, so that's a plus. That always kind of tingled. That night, Morgan had a vision of Ugna's mother, Braga, in what seemed to be the recent past. She was arguing with an elf who turned out to be the elf queen Tenuviel, although there was no sound in the vision. A military advisor seemed to be arguing as well, in agreement with Braga, but the queen refused to listen. The listen in the vision then showed Braga in the elven dungeons. Tromlin also had visions. Using the clue, he asked to try and see what cache the Deathless has been seeking and in the desert, and it showed him the black obsidian pillar deep in the desert that Morgan had previously seen in a vision, shadows pouring out of a crack in its base, and then the vision entered that crack, and in a giant hall or a tomb, Tromlin saw a giant statue with the head of a scarab, which he interpreted to be Shukek-Za. Gathered around the statue were Cache's faceless ones who seemed to be maintaining some sort of ritual fires. And as the vision faded, Tromlin heard a single word echo out, seemingly from the statue itself, an echoing no. The group gathered to discuss these visions. Perny used his new spell, Legend Lore, to try and learn more about Shukek-Za. They say that all who perish in the desert sands will one day rise when Shukek-Za calls upon his army of unstoppable undead. But Perny's past as an archaeologist gave him some insight that these legends of an unstoppable army are likely related to the Ravagers, the warriors of the desert that were once gathered together under the Shaga Khan back in the day. This is like about a generation or so ago. To raid the Northlands, which caused the unification of the North. Not content with this amount of info, Perny risked madness to use his contact other planes ritual and asked further questions. And here were the answers. Question 1, what does Shukek-Za want? The answer given was eternity. Why are they imprisoning Braga, mother of Ugna? The answer was insubordination. Who sent Ugna the rune sword? The answer was Braga. What was the rune sword forged to do? The answer was the key. What does Cache the Deathless want from Shukek-Za? And the answer was to power the ritual.
That's not
Pondering
ominous.
these ominous answers, yeah. The group continued on to Karazm. There, Perny led the party to the home of one of his cousins, Karim Aftab, who seems to be a lich. So even though Copernicus, it wasn't Peter, said that he hadn't
Peter was
seen his
here a
cousin
century ago.
Yeah. Since Copernicus hadn't seen his cousin in a century and it was the same guy, all pretty obvious that this guy's gone all lichy. They all settled into Aftab's manor to wash up before dinner, leaving Perny to attempt one last question with his legend lore. What was known, or who was Barbar Hotep, his wife Barb? And the answer was a necromancer queen and empress of the desert who disappeared 4,000 years ago. She and her empire were betrayed by her brother, Shekemtut, which of course you all now know is Perny's brother-in-law Sheki. They went to war with one another and it tore their ancient empire apart. And then we finally left off with the party preparing for dinner with Karim Aftab, deciding that a shopping montage would be something that they needed to do before they go see the Sattraps, and that would be something to be done after dinner or possibly even tomorrow morning, since it is later in the day.
We need to get
So
fancy.
we will begin this game in flashback.
Ooh.
It is a dark and stormy night in the northern city of Ravenfall. It's always a dark and stormy night in the northern city of Ravenfall, so this is not remotely surprising. You left the city in the grips of the Raven cult, who have infiltrated all of the different guilds, who have taken control of the military because the leader of the Raven cult, Eliphas Darkmoor, has mind-controlled the Baron Gregory Langarian, who was consort of Nightshade, and of course Nightshade has disappeared. As you guys know, she was transformed into a raven and captured in a magical cage by the dark raven folk wizard Graculus. who then flew off with her to the ice island of Ervik, to the cliff cities. And in her absence, the city has been fully taken over by the Raven cult. And recently, a couple weeks ago, back when you had your big council of war at the Sunshine Manor in Morwindle, you had sent off a bunch of your allies to try to raise up a rebellion in the city of Ravenfall. And to that end, you had dispatched the folk hero, legendary swordsman El Gato, who you guys, of course, now know
El
to
Gato.
be the alter ego of Don Garveldo de la Sonia.
I think Ugna figured that out after someone told her. I don't know if she remembers.
I'm pretty sure Ugna is the only one who doesn't know.
I think I don't
everyone else
remember.
figured
I'm
it
going to
out.
say I don't know.
I think it was figured out and then it was all euphemistically spoken of, and
I don't
pretty
pick
sure
up on that.
means
No.
Ugna
Mm-mm.
didn't
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah, no. I get to be surprised all over again.
And so Don Garveldo, El Gato, sent, of course, his mute servant, the Knoll Odinardo, to run his affairs back home at his estate, while he went through the teleportation circle along with Eurus Gale of the Thieves Guild, the warriors of the Chillwinds barbarian tribe, and the Quaggles of Ravensfall, Tritnet Resnoir and Brenda Yuri, the Goth Quaggles, both goblins. And with them went, of course, one of
Quagoths.
the Quagoths. Excellent. Gothlins? Gothblins? Anyway.
Gothblins. I like that one.
I'm not sure where Goth Goblins goes. And with them went some of the dwarf smiths of Rockspire to help with the defenses. And so in this dark and stormy night, we see a patrol of Langarian soldiers with the various openly worn tattoos of the Raven cultists now adorning various arms. The Raven cult having quite thoroughly infiltrated the military of the city, patrolling the streets. But at their head is a Captain Ramon, and of course, flitting through the shadows are small black-clad forms of sword-bearing quaggles. And without warning from the shadows, a strike on the flank of the patrol, quickly withdrawn. And we see not only the tiny lithe form of El Gato, who I'll just remind everyone is basically Puss in Boots but black cat.
I feel like we need like a whip sound
So-
effect every time you say El Gato.
Yeah.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
You said it. Yeah, I know. Immediately.
Followed by a dog
Amazing.
howling.
Yes.
Well, it's so funny you should say dog howling, because immediately in his wake, tossing off his black cloak, is the small and the equally small and equally lithe form of a little corgi man. It's Gregorian the
Oh my
Brave,
god!
also known as Greg.
Hey Sam,
Who's
wherever
Greg?
you are.
Yep, played by Sam Logan,
Creator of Sam and Fuzzy.
Ooh.
his
So
full
cute.
title.
Yeah.
Um,
Heck yeah, cat and dog
as well
team
as
up.
a number of the Quaggles that have now been trained, including the Weaselkin, who are now allies of the Quaggles of Ravenfall, because as you guys recall, you made peace between them, weeding out the Raven cultists from amongst the Weaselkin. And so with harrying tactics, the warriors of the resistance strike at the flanks, literally, because they're all like quaggles, so they're like the flank, the sort of thigh area is about as high as they normally attack. I'm sure there's plenty of groin shots. You get these clumsy, big, dumb people. And as quickly as they strike, they fade back into the shadows. This harrying has been a plague upon the armies of the city.
Hell yeah.
And just to make it easier on John, I had decided I'm just gonna go through a bit more of the too many tabs. There it is. A bit more of the events that have taken place. No, come on, email. What are you doing? There we go.
Been going through shit.
So, where was I at? So yes, in the 2 weeks since El Gato has been here, he's been very busy, and he has rallied together the party's various contacts, including Morgan's friend, Lady Pudenza Direlust, and her extensive contacts through the cult of blood sugar sex magic.
Social club.
The social club, yes. Tromlin's Thieves Guild ally, Eurus Gale, the Goblin Quaggle leaders, and the old Tortle Artificer, Guzman.
Oh, God,
and
I
of
forgot about
course,
him.
Morgan's barbarian tribe, the Chillwinds, who live in the Northern Hills. And I think maybe I'll wait until you're there, John, for when you have to report your 3 major successes. I can support you in dumping lore as necessary. Does that sound good?
Lore dump is always delightful.
Okay. So back to the current.
By the way, I wasn't listening to any of that. Could you start again?
I will suggest that you watch the VOD. So the rest of you having washed up, and Copernicus having done your lore discovery into your own wife Barb, there is a gong that sounds as you hear the ancient voice of Karim say that dinner is ready. I don't know. Did I actually have a voice for Karim yet? I don't think I
I
did.
don't think so.
I just barely introduced him.
Yeah.
I think we might have greeted each other right at the end of the
Oh, maybe.
session. Very well. I think Perny has multiple times come to visit, and we both feign eating soup until people take away our bowls that have not changed food levels.
Yeah.
Well, you haven't seen him since he wasn't a lich.
Ooh.
Oh, really? Oh, okay.
Because
Okay.
you haven't been here. You haven't been here in decades and decades. That's why you last game, you weren't certain he was still alive. You were like, I'm gonna go find the house Aftab and hope that some descendant. But it turns out, nope, still him. Same guy. He's undead now.
Well, you know, it happens to everybody.
Yeah, it kind of runs in the family. Well, very well. Lead the way. We certainly have journeyed a long way to be here. I'm sure we'll all have great appetites. I myself find that I don't eat so much these days. And I'll just say that in a way that's significant, just to see if he says anything.
He will say, I find myself in much the same circumstance. Why don't we sit at the head of the table where we converse while these youngsters sate their appetites?
Sounds
Everyone
lovely.
with biological functions on this side of the table.
Sounds good. I'm hungry.
Poopers over there. Dusters on this side.
That's nice. This is how like you don't poop, you just crop dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just sand.
Yep.
It's actually called crap dust when it's.
Oh.
Oh.
Morgan
yeah,
sets
so
up
he
a little prestidigitation fan of just like a leaf blowing the direction away from her towards Bernie, just in case.
Fair.
So that the table, the head of table, there is of course Kareem and yourself. There is a young lady who wears a veil, who also appears not to be eating, who Kareem introduces to you as his granddaughter,
Huh.
Who is sitting at his other hand. And then there's a bunch of other members of the household. It's a huge, long kind of trestle situation. They've laid on some kind of gigantic feast in the middle, like a camel stuffed with a goat, stuffed with a lamb, stuffed with saffron rice situation. All like spread out, and people are all around, or like taking food. You immediately find that people are taking food and passing it to you on these golden plates as you are the guests.
Oh,
And you
damn.
find yourself at the head of the table.
Man, I've said I could eat a horse before, but this looks amazing. This looks even better.
I made a fairy plate
Just a little
to
teeny
share with
one.
everybody.
Aw.
Does that count as accepting fairy food?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only a
Oh,
little bit.
just a bit.
A little bit is okay.
You'll just be a little bit trapped by the Fae.
It's grapefruit, raspberries, lime, mint, lychee,
Ooh.
gooseberries, and a
Nice.
little hedgehog, chocolate hedgehog.
I thought I saw a hedgehog. Those are so good.
Oh, this is in real life. I thought you were like describing it in the game.
It's on the social
your
media
actual
post, but I'll
food.
also put it in Tromlin's House of Taste in the Discord.
Nice.
So I guess just describe the party, because it's been a while for John, for example. But also it's been a while since we played our last game. But Ugna, of course,
Yep.
gigantic and orcish as ever. I recently discovered that that guy who calls himself the Dutch Giant, who's playing Zangief in the new Street Fighter movie, is exactly the dimensions of Ugna.
Really? Oh, dang.
He's
He's
7'2",
huge.
and he's like a bodybuilder.
He is huge. That is a large
So
man.
basically, that's
Damn.
now how I picture Ugna. It's that
Ugna
guy, but
Zangief.
instead of a beard, he's green. He's got tusks. And
Yeah. I do Zangief now. That's Ugna voice.
New,
So he's Dutch. So I don't
or
know.
return
yeah.
names. Return names.
curious.
Bonus accent.
Yep.
I'm curious how good his Russian accent in the movie is,
Yeah.
considering he's like a Dutch bodybuilder that they hired because of his size and not acting.
Zangief not talk much.
And then, of course, Copernicus is just as ancient and desiccated as ever. Tromlin, of course, was trapped in the Underdark for 5 years and is now a little older and bearded. And Morgan has died and been reincarnated as a fairy. So Morgan is a little tiny cubit size.
Yeah, I'm
fairy's tale.
about 12 inches, average.
Aw.
You're weird.
And my little animation it's hard to tell in this supreme zoom in, but the curve behind her is not in fact a mountain, but Ugna's ass, because
Oh, of
she's
course.
sitting on a keychain
Nice.
chair.
You're my Labubu.
Yeah, I'm the new Labubu.
Yeah. My Morg Fufu.
More food.
And I can't remember. Did anyone from the caravan come with you guys, or did you guys go off on your own? I think it was just you on your own.
I think we went on our
Yeah.
own. Oh no, we were shown on the way here by
The 3 members of the
Oh,
blood
yes.
sugar sex magic cult that you found within the caravan.
Yeah, yeah.
But I don't know that there's like, I don't think you were like inviting them to come and hang out with your
No,
family.
I think
They
the
just
rest
gave
went off to the
directions.
Sattraps area.
Yeah. The
not the first
caravan
time
is sort
I
of broken
showed
up.
up to my family's estate with a threesome from a sex cult, but
Social club.
Social club. My
Yeah.
apologies.
Social fuck club.
Ernie, Ernie, I'm not outing you all the time.
Extremely
That's
SC
social.
stands
You're
for
right.
social club, not sex cult.
Lingus club, whatever.
Yeah. Clubalingus.
So yeah, those three that brought you here then went off to, I think, in fact, I may have said that they went to like local tea shops sort of areas to socialize. But the main soldiers of the caravan and the leaders of the caravans did go off to like the palaces, the top of the spire. This particular city is this huge spire-like mountain that has almost been like cleft by like a giant, some titanic creature's axe, and from the cleft is where the great fountain of Karazm spouts out. Legends, of course, say that this was someone desperate for water made a
Deal with the
wish with a
djinn.
djinn, and it
Nope.
split apart the world here, and the waters spewed forth. To the extent that this is in fact one of the major stems of that one river that comes down out of these
Oh, right.
mountains.
I should pull open some maps.
And yeah, I guess you could pull the map up. I don't know if I want to
Yeah, it's probably not a big deal.
I've
get to
heard that there's a really famous respite for travelers there at the base of the fountain called the Holiday Gin.
the holiday gin. Correct.
I like going there and having a gin and tonic.
Nice.
Mm.
Nice.
Worst.
You
By
love
the way,
me.
it's a little late for this, but the next time I have a bard character, he's going to start a band called Sex Club for Cutie.
Nice.
Nice.
Hell yeah.
You can do
Were you putting the
What's
map
that?
up or no?
I was gonna, but I was laughing too hard.
Oh, sorry. I was just looking for the map. I was like on the stream looking for the map so I could point out the
baby
thing,
metal
but-
band.
Nice.
Baby metal.
We will
They're
be
all,
not under the right
they're all
names.
tiny, warforged.
Oh, good. Yes.
Yep. So you can see in the north of the Wahadi Empire where it ends up getting into those mountains, on the left, that little left hook of mountain or of river, that's the one that starts at the city of Karazm, which is where you are
Oh,
now.
okay. Cool.
Mhm.
Back
Someone
to
in
the
there talking
main
about a literary
overlay.
lube job. I just refer to it as taking a lore dump personally, but
Oh, Call Me Spathy has just joined us, and I love any reference to that game. It's very good.
excellent.
The Spathy,
Uh,
freaky little dudes.
So yeah, so the party, all of you except for Copernicus are now spread out amongst the members of the household. As elsewhere in Wahad, you find that this is a mixture of humans of varying skin tones in the blue to gray range, as so many people here have djinn blood, have elemental touched, water elementals and air elementals. But also many felines, leonids and tabaxi are here, and a smattering of other creatures of the desert. None of those individuals who had the 4 different faces on different sides of their heads, but a couple of the sort of metallic skinned hawk-beaked individuals. Not beastkin exactly. They have like human faces with hawk beaks.
Pretty sick.
Yeah, there's a couple of those here. A number of servants. In fact, the head of the servant seems to be one of those hawk-beaked individuals. Yeah, Copernicus, I'm not even going to make you make a roll with your history being where it is, but the story, the legends of some of these races that are specific to Wahad is that there is the blood of jinns. And so these are all sort of elemental touched, but to some degree, some of them have other magics like these hawk-beaked ones.
Are these guys descendants of
And the
Ra?
4-faced.
They are the Ra men.
Nice. Nice.
Let's say yes. Excellent.
I'm Katsu very
No, that's
much.
canon now. The hawk-faced ones are called raw men. That's it.
Yeah.
Done and done.
Surprised they're not canines.
I stole them from the Never-Ending Story, and I just couldn't
Oh,
remember what
yeah,
they were
yeah.
called. I don't even know if they had a name in that, and if they did, it was probably just a very long string of vowels. That's kind of the nature of that book.
I considered
So-
rewatching it recently, but I didn't feel like crying.
Yeah.
Horse deserved it.
Yep,
My
jerk.
God! What an insane thing to say.
Read the book.
Horses are
Read the
awful.
book.
The book is so good.
The book is better.
Oh, okay.
The book is exceedingly better.
We got
and
the
movie's
fancy
not
version
bad.
that
I'm not
has
saying
like
bad.
the green and red ink. It's very cool.
Mm.
Yeah, the original version of the published book had like an extra layer. There's sort of an idea that the book you're reading is book within a book within a book within a book
Mhm.
kind of thing. And the original published version. So there's a part of the book where in the story that Bastian's reading, the book gets described as having red and green ink and this copper colored cover, the Never-Ending Story. And the red and green ink, there's never explained why it's sometimes red, sometimes green. But the book as published, that red and green it's red whenever it's Bastian, and it's green whenever it's the Never-Ending Story that Bastian's reading. So the
Wow.
Never-Ending Story in the story is being described as the book you're reading. So it's an extra layer.
Pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
And that's
That's so
completely
cute.
lost in almost all publications because, of course, most publications don't use two colored ink.
Right.
It's only in the original like hardcover.
That's so sick.
It's real
But
cool.
yeah,
Sick.
very good read. So I guess I'll just start with Copernicus here. Is there anything you want to bring up with your cousin, or any questions you want to ask as everyone is digging in and dining?
I feel like my family is like all on the level. We're the good kind of undead, power-seeking, clinging to life. At least
Yeah.
I think we are.
That's how you think of them.
Yeah, we're
Except
the
for
good kind of
Shecky.
literal ghouls.
Yeah.
So I think Perny will maybe share the outlines of our business here. I feel like laying it all out would be an extended role play. I'm happy to do a little bit of it in character invoice, but I
Sure.
think that like for the most part he'd lay out like I think I might just give a summary of the journeys of the places I've been and like what's happened there, but not necessarily the biggest picture. But I will say like, and in all our travels, I've seen at work the coordinating of powers that give me concern, and much of that power seems to be coming from the ancient deserts of Ix. If you know the some of the older kingdom places that many have forgotten about, or that the lore has become so mixed out about. And I have concern that there is a larger parliament of the world's oldest evils at work here, and it may require collaboration across the realms.
Sort of does
to
like a
put it back
oh,
into
you
place.
don't mean us. You don't mean us.
Yeah. No, we're some of the good ones.
For the good evils.
He's like,
So-
oh, I thought you were talking about us, right? Like this
Yeah.
dinner right here.
So in fact, the speaker of Ix has asked us to come speak to the satrap about that which we have observed, which is what brings us to the city. And if there's anything that we ought to know about the goings on here, and especially about how to bring on side those leaders of the other cities, I would be most grateful, because we don't know who we'll be speaking to, but we do know that we need them to understand the gravity of the threat and the need for collaboration, coordination, and openness at a time where I know many of us are, well, we've lived as long as we have by clinging to our secrets, haven't we?
Well, I suppose so, but the gathering of the council is underway as we speak. There are still some satraps coming from some of the farther reaches of the empire who have not yet arrived. But you say it is interesting that you speak of ancient secrets of the deep desert when the threat that has caused the satraps to convene is very much material. There has been new activity, I guess, amongst the ravagers of the desert. The nomads rarely trouble our large caravans because they lack the military strength. But of course, as you know from the past, and I don't remember if we decided how long ago it was that you were here, but definitely Kareem would have been around during that period of time when the North unified against the armies of the Shaka Khan. So that he and you would both know that each other were around then
for that. Yeah.
And he will say, the likes of which have not been seen since the time of the great Khan. And there is some concern that there is a rallying force bringing some of the tribes together, much as there was then. Is it possible that this more esoteric threat, this power, is being applied in some manifest way that's giving political strength, military strength to the Ravager tribes?
Most certainly. Among those mobilizing in other parts of the world, we found not the Raven Queen herself, but agents who claim to speak for her. And in the north, they managed to rally truly a concerning force of otherwise scattered barbarians into the beginnings of a war force that we were able to dissuade from coordinating. But again, we find that they are coordinating and on the move, and it seems to be part of the playbook of whatever force it is we are against.
And would you have you said you were going to go through some of your travels. Have you mentioned the undead armies, the Western threat?
Yeah, I'll mention the Western threat for sure. Actually, all the threats that are like, you haven't heard the news, but it's public enough, I'll mention all that for sure. The stuff that I'm not going to mention
I mean,
yet,
there's a siege in Dormerdale.
Yeah.
It's kind of,
I'll give as much detail as I
like
can.
people don't know.
Yeah. The things that I'm not going to mention yet, and I think at some point actually Perny like pulls out his book and like he's taking notes, but he actually writes Tromlin a message. Actually, this will be an all send actually. But it's Tromlin and Morgan that I think has most in mind. Is like, I've not seen my cousin in 30 years, and while I do believe I can trust him and my kin, many of us draw our powers from the desert, and so just if you could keep an eye on whether or not you think he's on the level, as the kids say, that would be of most help before I spill some beans. But Perny's not going to mention yet until he gets go ahead from Morgan and or Tromlin. The stuff about the thing trapped in the ice at the north, Nihil,
the visions of the
stuff.
The visions of the tower and like Glorpa's visions.
And I think Perny's not going to say the name Necrogog yet. I think he's also going to hold that back.
Yeah.
But I think otherwise,
Go ahead.
Could I come in and ask to borrow 20 gold and do a little kind of empathy roll
Ooh.
on my uncle, I guess?
Who are you borrowing money from? I missed it.
Perny. Borrowing money from Perny is the excuse to come in and interrupt and also suss the situation.
Oh, the young always asking for money.
Absolutely. That's a 12.
12 on the die.
12 on the die plus that would be
This is like insight, right?
insight.
This is
yeah,
your thing.
Plus
yeah,
9.
you got like a
Oof.
you got a huge insight. That's your biggest trick.
21.
Yep. So first of all, Peter, even just talking politically and not getting into any of the prophecy type stuff, he very quickly hones in on like, okay, if there are armies of centaurs from the Grassy Sea, these are basically barbarian tribes, and you're talking about barbarian tribes in the north that have been gathered, and he already knows about this these rumors about ravagers in the desert in the east. So the suggestion that this is in any way coordinated is big, right?
Yeah.
And he will immediately kind of hone in on going, if this threat comes to the Northlands from multiple directions, there is no way that the North can stand. It was all that the cities of the North could do to resist the Great Khan from the one direction last time. Now, at that time, the armies of Wahad were not seeking in any way to press the Ravagers in the northern desert. So there was a single front that could be changed. If the satraps could be convinced of the scope of such a threat, but I will tell you, cousin, you have your work cut out for you, because the satraps are concerned about their commercial ventures. The reason that they are gathering is because of the threat that these increased power of the Ravagers is threatening our trade caravans.
But who will they trade with when the walls of Dwimmerdell fall? When the North collapses? When Aldricove is
agree.
smoke and ruin?
And this is what you will need to convince them of. That a complete fall of the Northlands. But then there are going to
not
be
just
those
the Northlands. There's every place we have gone, we have found some kind of force stirring to coordinate those otherwise uncoordinated malcontents. This will not stop in the Northlands. This will anywhere that has been inked on a map will be affected by this. I'm certain of it.
I will admit I had heard some rumblings away in the south as well, but
what
things.
We have only been there briefly in one teleporting adventure. What news hear you of the south? We have heard of war fleets and the Zarashi.
Yes, war with the elves.
Oh, with the elves.
There is some sort of conflict in the south afflicting the elves, but that is, of course, far away from our lands, and we have taken little interest beyond the fact that the elves have reduced their trade. But the Zarashi, in the jungles of Zaru, there are more significant to us rumors. They say that there are some sort of, well, they say jinn always, but demons of fire, creatures of fire, wielders of magic, that have been attacking settlements in the jungles. And of course, fire is a weapon that those who live in the trees are most concerned with.
Would a 17 history roll get me anything on what that might be?
It does. I mean, that doesn't ring any bells. Like, there's nothing like that you know of in history.
I'm suspicious of the Burning Isles, though, because that's nearby.
I mean, you've heard of like the fire giants of the Burning Isles, but that's not, that's like the frost giants in the north. They're almost elemental beings. They're tied to the north.
They don't leave.
South.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think at this
they
juncture,
certainly don't like. Yeah.
But when Morgan comes in, I think Perny will pause in the conversation to make an introduction and be like, "Oh, and this is Morgan, who has become like a niece to me. We have ventured far together. She's saved my old leathery hide, more times than I can count at this point. Twice now, I think we thought she died. But please grant her every hospitality that you would one of the family."
This last time she actually did.
Yep.
I would think that dying would be a significant part of being inducted into your family.
Oh, I hope that.
Oh yes, she knows some things, but she's on the level. Don't worry.
Can I skip
Yeah,
that
that's
one?
an interesting.
20 gold, of course, for our shopping montage. But we must. And Perny will pull out.
I
and
wanted to have
hand you-
something on hand for the buskers if there are any.
Well, I hand you 20 things that are vaguely the size of a coin, but some are hard candy, some are gems worth multiple coins, some are coppers, some are golds. It's
Some are
all kind of like a
buttons.
lump.
Some are new,
Inside
some are
over.
old.
Yeah.
Some are barred, some are blue.
I have what is for me a very large bag, but is barely a coin purse.
Aw.
That I somewhat struggle to carry because that has not been figured out for me.
Oh, hey,
all
let
again.
me carry that for you.
Oh, do you have your bag of holding?
Thank you.
Oh, no. Yeah, I was going to say,
Oh,
you
yeah.
have the bag of holding, and it is now you-sized because
Oh. It
it's
is
attuned to
me-sized?
you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's attuned to you. So the bag of holding
Nice.
is like a reasonable size for you to put things in. I guess,
That is-
I don't know. The problem with
I
that, though, is it
actually
makes it
was
so very
thinking-
difficult for things coming out. I think...
That's why I didn't take it. I gave it to somebody else to hold because
Okay.
that makes sense for us to be able to actually fit things in and out of it.
Yeah, I guess you could say that you having what's now a purse sized, like a purse of holding, is coming in clutch.
Oh my god.
Ba-dum-tsh.
Yeah. it's
Welcome
just
to
a
Trash
little-
Heroes, everybody.
just a coin purse, and she goes, well, I think I can only fit like 4 of these in here. And she'll
Oh.
take the things that are a form of currency that would be not rude to hand to somebody.
Yeah. One of these coins has definitely been placed on a dead man's eye, like for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
Some of them are
I'm
like
so
weird
small I can
shapes
see
that
the
you've never seen before.
eyelash and just like
Yeah, one of the coins blinks at you, like.
Got a pocket mimic.
Alina, do you want to
Perhaps
switch
you
off the
can-
map?
Perhaps you can recommend a good clothier in
Go
the
to
city, or some good districts in which we might find shopping, both for adventuring supplies, but also to look our best in front of the council.
yeah.
Let me
I've
give the
gotten a lot of
response here on the
first
insight. Just before we go too far down the rabbit hole.
Who's rolling insight?
Of shopping.
Morgan already rolled insight, and I have not yet responded.
Okay.
So and just remind me, you're trying to get insight on the cousin and
Yeah.
his granddaughter that are sitting up here with Copernicus.
Yeah, I'm
you're-
gonna be appearing to not pay much attention because it's generally not my wheelhouse. But I'm watching for reactions, for hidden emotions, essentially from these two.
very little emotions of any kind, and in fact, the first thing you're gonna get with insight is that this end of the table is all undead. There's nobody here breathing, eating or drinking. So that includes, obviously Copernicus, but also Kareem and his granddaughter. So like emotion, the granddaughter seems to be like, might as well not be there. Like she's kind of just like, she's got an air of polite attention, but is really kind of just staring and not real like there's not a lot of emotion to read there, but you're not getting any like major deceit. You when you come into the conversation, there's a lot of concern that you're sensing off of Kareem. Whatever Copernicus has been telling him is clearly giving him some significant concern. But it seems
I'm
genuine.
definitely, yeah. I think for now I'm still not going to mention those names. I'm also not going to mention Shukekza specifically.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a thing that's not widely known even within your family, right? That's your origin stuff.
Right.
Because your
Although,
family, your extended family is just people that you and Barb and the rest of your family have spawned over the centuries.
Yeah. Okay. All right. There's a chance that Fernie's being too paranoid, but that seems safer than not right now.
Yep. Your memory of this individual is simply like merchant, very much like the Luzadias, right? Like they're just there are multiple of your family branches that are merchant groups.
Yeah, we're really excited to see more of the city. and shop. My family is from up north, and there's just a lot of sand getting stuck in my fur. Even with magic, it's incredibly difficult to get out of this skirt, you know? I feel like I'm only brushing.
You get
I'm
used to
losing.
it.
Yeah. I think I just
he
need
says
to adapt.
as he sort of like shifts and the sand like falls out of every crevice.
A
My
steam
granddaughter
opens.
would be my granddaughter Fatima would be happy to aid you in your shopping on the morrow.
Ooh,
I should-
wonderful.
Should love to spend time with another family member. And of course, she'll have to meet Tromlin as well, which I think Tromlin and Kareem Aftab met when we came in, but I don't think were we introduced to Fatima like officially.
No. You wonder
Right.
Fatima was not in evidence until this dinner.
Okay, then I'll make introductions for Tromlin just specifically because they are relatives to each other. And say, oh, Tromlin, and this is your, I will call her cousin Fatima, daughter to Kareem Aftab. And it's a pleasure to meet you, Fatima.
Pleasure to meet you.
She'll sort of like do like a vacant nod.
Can I do an insight check on her?
What's
Sure.
going on there?
I mean, this is a little concerning that she's just kind of.
It's just something a little off.
I would like to Arcana, because I could see that being I'm actively spell casting something, sort of vague thing.
See.
Or like I'm a weird undead something. Because we know she's undead.
Yeah.
Well, Tromlin doesn't yet, but an insight check will
Yeah, yeah.
quickly put Tromlin in. And frankly, you've got a good enough insight up. Like, just let me know what you roll on the die, Randy. and I'll
21.
Go from that. Okay, so
Ooh,
yeah,
twin.
Okay, you guys both hit 21. It's blackjacks.
yeah. You also are. It's
Sadarin.
clear to you that these are all undead. That this cousin Kareem that you've been introduced to and cousin Fatima are both not breathing. And there's definitely some. And I mean, Kareem also like looks pretty. He looks as undead as Copernicus. He looks pretty embalmed.
Heavily treated.
Fatima doesn't quite so much. She looks like younger, but she is also somewhat excessively pale for someone who lives in a desert.
Could I Arcana?
Sure.
Roll?
We got a vampire.
That is 11 plus 6, 17.
Arcana, I hardly know her.
Yeah, you're not sure exactly what kind of undead she is, but you kind of get the impression that you possibly could pass through her
Ooh.
if
Mm.
like
Ooh.
you're kind of getting like she appears to be a tangible object, but that seems like it might be somewhat illusory.
Mm.
She might be something somewhat ghost spirit adjacent.
Fascinating.
Interesting.
You also get the you kind of notice as you're getting a little closer here and observing. Actually, this is probably a better one for Tromlin. Tromlin, you've got your new exceptional powers of perception.
Oh yeah.
Thanks to being a Raven Warlock. And actually, why don't we just for funsies, let's make the roll.
What am I doing?
Because you actually have the you got your little Raven buddy. Tinker
Your
Tap
son?
is with you. And that gives you crazy perception bonuses. So I'm just pulling up the actual mechanic. So roll me a perception roll.
Okay.
And is it just advantage? Yes, you get to add your charisma modifier.
Okay.
So roll your perception and add an extra 4 to it.
28.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah, that'll do.
You notice like they're very, very subtle, but you notice seams at various points of Fatima's body. Not like Frankenstein stitches, but like places where there is like a very, very fine, like almost like uh like a paper cut or razor cut thin line, where parts of the body seem to be somewhat pieced together. And they, with a very, with a 28, you can even kind of tell very subtle differences in skin texture or tone.
That's sick.
Yep. It's like she was put together from different ghosts.
Ooh.
Not like she died by being sliced into many pieces.
Well, or that.
Or
too.
that, yeah.
Both. Both two things can be true. But yeah, it kind of like with these good insight rolls and that perception roll, Tromlin, it kind of dawns on you that you're like, oh, this cousin of mine has been a lich for a long time. How does he have a daughter? Either this is a living descendant from before he became a lich who also has been preserved in some way, because how else is she still here without aging? Or B, daughter is doing some heavy lifting here.
Creation.
Much in the
basically.
same way that like the monster was Frankenstein's son.
Mm.
And at this point is when a loud voice booms in your head, Copernicus. And it says, I am Dangalf, and Dangalf means me.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yes, Dangalf.
I am sending you a message using the sending spell, as is my wont. I need to let you know
Yes,
about
really
some very important news that has come. You can respond if you want. Like the spell allows you to do a response.
I'm assuming you're winding up for another one, so I'm just gonna wait. The last word you said was "from," and I'll just let you burn another spell slot on that.
Okay. Yes, thank you. As I said, I am Dangalf. Dangalf means me, etc., etc. Yes, news from the northern city of Ravenfall. I have reports from your resistance, and I believe the report should be delivered to you.
Last word was you. This is like when someone has bad internet on a video call or like a voice call. And the last word I heard was
Yeah.
Yep.
If it was possible to be muted.
Spell joke is never going to get.
No.
Oh yeah. Ernie turns to the group and is like, some old people just don't keep up with technology. Meanwhile, like he has just gotten on DMs and it's the only thing he knows how to do and it's the only thing he does. But it's that you're like superior to one friend in something you're actually bad at. So Perny is temporarily feeling superior at.
Remember too, no one can hear this but you.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Ernie is not aware of that.
Everyone can hear your responses, but no one can hear Dangalf.
Yeah.
But you, because it's ascending to you. So Tromlin and Morgan, you're up there at the head of the table, having been brought in this conversation, and you're hearing Copernicus's side of this only.
Ugna has picked up on nothing and is just working her way through a lot of that camel.
Nice.
Everyone here at this table's alive, as far as I know, and the food's great.
You've got an entire hunch.
Yeah, it's so good.
he's just, the voices, and then goes and practices fake pouring tea for other people, picking up the
Kareem's
gigantic
like nodding.
to
Yes,
her
the voices,
gigantic teapot, and like just practicing being small because it's only been a couple of days, and is like
been-
chopping up people's cups.
Yeah, it's been almost a week now because you had a couple nights that
Oh, yeah,
before
on
you
the
met that
road.
caravan, and then it's been like another like 4 or 5 days of travel with that caravan. So it's been almost a week, not quite, since your reincarnation.
So do you have like a favorite shop? I say to our ghostly lady. Do you?
She will like staringly nod.
Ooh, what is it? What is it? What is it? What's your favorite shop?
She opens her mouth, and rather than sort of like moving her lips the way normal talking occurs, there's like a sighing like wind that you can kind of pick up words in. As she'll say something along the lines of, I will take you there. But I'm moving my lips, she isn't. Just the mouth is open, and that noise came out.
Totally normal.
For sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Your favorite shop is LL Being Alive. No, I'm not.
Amazing.
Meanwhile,
Forever 2,100 years old.
meanwhile, in the north, I'm cutting to the north. El Gato, with the latest success of your raids, you have left. Perfect. Oh wow, that's not going to get old at all.
And that happens every time anybody says El Gato.
I'm on it. I'm on it.
I think it has to be like a pose level
Yeah,
of speaking.
pose
Like if someone
moment,
says,
yeah.
"Hey El Gato, can you do something?" That's not going to be good enough.
Yeah.
But if someone says, if you are like going,
My name
"Oh,
is
villains, I am El Gato," and that is required. So yes, you with the success of this latest raid, and the détente that has sort of arisen in the city, you've basically left Gregarian in command of the resistance forces, and you have decided that, as per the original sort of instructions, you're going to make your way to report back to the Council of War. And the way that had been agreed on to do that was a big part of the resistance movement has been, of course, reclaiming the powers and resources of the Thieves Guild. And the Thieves Guild has access to a warehouse with the teleportation circle in it. So Eurus Gale has arranged for a night when a shipment is going out to the town of Mud Hollow, and you are being smuggled in a crate along with the shipment. So
It is so undignified, but I go along with it.
And so you have hidden yourself in a crate or a sack that is being moved by these guild members
Clearly
into
a
the circle.
box. You gotta have put a cat in a box.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got like the little metal grate door that they swing in there, and
The way they got you inside, it was actually telling you that you're not supposed to go inside it, and then you were like,
and they put like fancy feast treats in there. What are you gonna do?
I cannot resist those. That was more French. I'm sorry.
That's okay. My Spanish accent's not super great, but they activate the magic, and the warehouse disappears, and instead you are within the wizard's tower, the short, stumpy wizard's tower of Mud Hollow, where some local merchants have paid to have this shipment magicked to them. And you are aware that the wizard Dangalf the Dun is the master of this tower, and he was a member of the Council of War in Morwindle with the Trash Heroes. And so he should have the means for you to convey your report to the others and let them know that the city of Ravenfall is, at least for now, under control. And so you sneak out of the sack as like people are loading stuff. You are most stealthful, and you slip away and make your way to the mage tower, or up into the mage tower, where you find Dangalf. And initially, Dangalf will say, "Yes, hello. Who are you? How can I help you?"
There you go. You do
Small
not
black
remember.
cat man.
You do not
Of course
remember.
I do.
El Gato.
He like looks around. He's like, yes, of course I remember you. You small cat man. Remind me what I remember about you.
Oh, I regale him with the past histories and I am
You
well
bring up the
embellished.
Council of War
Yes.
in Morwindle. You're like Copernicus, Sunshine, and Trommendarials. Ring any bells? And after you tell a few things, oh yes, of course, the great threat to all reality that is cast over all of us.
That too, yes.
I'd forgotten. Yes, what can I do for you?
I need to get back to my amigos. I need to report to them and tell them that
Yes.
Ravenfall did not fall. Aha!
Wonderful news. Give me a moment. And he starts patting on himself and pulls out a scroll. He opens his sleeve and he has like a bundle of scrolls of sending. And he pulls one out and he like opens it, gets his reading glasses on and goes, yes, let me see here.
He's the kind of old where he still has chosen to pay for minutes and pay for texts individually rather than just getting a goddamn plan.
Yeah, he could make a sending circle. He has not.
Hey,
He has a sending circle.
That's true.
I just want to point out that you guys are very gung ho to sign any kind of contract. I think it's fine that he's pay as you go.
That's very fair, to be honest.
Yeah, so you hear the conversation you just heard, Dangalf. You're standing there as he's going through it. You're like, just like as he goes on and like uses up all of his words. And then so this third one, so he tuts again at that last one after he cuts off, pulls out another scroll, and unrolls it and says, tell me where you. This is Dangalf, and Gandalf means me, as I said before. Tell me where you are.
You've said that 10 times now, mi amigo. Where they are? Where I wish to go?
Yes, I'm asking. So you're now hearing Dangalf responding to El Gato using up his words. As he goes, yes, I'm just trying to find out where I could maybe do a different spell and make this easier.
It has not been easy so far.
So, what is the name of the city where we are again?
Karazm.
Karazm.
Or sorry, is it Karazm? Yeah, Karazm.
Yeah. Okay, so I'll say we are in Karazm.
Oh my god!
Oh, sick! Yeah.
That's amazing.
Hey.
That's awesome.
I love him.
Some buckles will be swashed this night.
Must swash all buckles.
Oh, also, Don Garveldo of de Lasagna absolutely has to have a bodyguard named John Arbuckler. I refuse to have anything less.
And R is like he's from a place where R just means John, our butler.
John
butler,
the
yeah.
butler.
He's John.
Yeah.
He's John the butler.
Yeah.
So let him know, Krause. I'm gonna say, I'll set up my teleportation circle. Here are the specifications and the coordinates, and if you'd like, we can arrange rapid transport at your and then, or I guess I can't cut off mid-word, but I'll cut off at some point having spoken too much.
At your,
Yeah.
and he will. You'll get another sending. He pulls out another scroll and he just goes, "Perfect. 1 moment," and that's it.
Well, I will use the reply to that to actually send the coordinates that I said I would, or the details for the.
Old guys trying to use texts.
Yeah.
He does not actually. So you start to unfold. So are you going to like go off to the side and start to unfold your magic folio?
Yeah.
So like again, no one's hearing of the other side of the conversation. Some of you who've kind of experienced this sort of thing before and are going like, he's talking to somebody or he's doing something.
Or he's hearing
gets up and
voices.
starts unfolding the big magic circle. But as soon as you start doing so, there's like a crack, like thunder. So as soon as he says
Morgan's
perfect,
like-
at 1 moment, Dangalf will sort of reach out and actually he doesn't have to touch you. He'll sort of reach out in your direction, which is good because you've got your displacement cloak on, so he probably would have missed you. He reaches out and gestures towards you, El Gato, and casts a spell. And there's a crack, and he teleports himself and El Gato into the room.
Oh wow.
Near your circle coordinates, because that is enough for him to lock on to the teleport. Which is a complete waste of a spell slot because he has a teleportation circle like 40 feet away in the tower, and you were just about to open the other side. But he's old and senile. So like there's a general commotion in the room as there's a crack like thunder, and this old man and a cat appear out of nowhere.
It was my favorite Hemingway book.
The old man and the cat.
Yeah.
Some people jump up. A few of the guards sort of go to their scimitars.
Ugna will get up and sort of like hold her hands, but get in between everybody and be like, "Whoa, whoa, whoa! Oh, hey, it's okay. I know these guys."
You're like literally gesturing
Yeah,
back
with,
at people
like-
with your camel hunch.
Yeah. And my mouth is like very full.
Food falling out of your mouth. It's a good guy.
El Gato is in a defensive position with the foils are out.
I just imagine foils out, back arched.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Tail puffed.
Tails all puffed up.
It's still very puffed. Oh, looking around. My amigos, it is you. It is so good to see you again. I bring great news. Ravenfall did not fall. It is in our hands once again.
What? Oh.
Yes, these
That's
are
great
the
news.
amigos that you spoke of, I believe.
Yes, the 6 amigos, or 5 amigos.
Oh, Peter, you're muted.
I'm still workshopping that.
Saludos, amigo.
Saludos.
Yeah, you were at the party, weren't you?
El Gato
guys
goes
see
to
me
many
there.
parties.
Oh,
I think that was Dangalf we saw at the party.
Sorry.
Not all
it was
tabacs.
pretty
You're the
crazy.
same. Yeah.
Hey.
They reveal.
That lackluster nothing. I need to find a
such a
book of
flop.
Spanish insults.
Well, it is wonderful to see you, and wonderful tidings that the city stands. They should call it Raven's Stand. So,
They should call it Cat Stand.
yeah, Cat Standu.
Can't stand you either, but we get along still.
That was like a very robust, very
That was
robust.
great.
Exactly. It's like he's a swashbuckler.
Like he's a swashbuckler.
El Gato has 3 major victories to report.
I do.
So I
And
don't know
I
if you
shall
want
report
to
them.
like. Yeah, I don't want to make you like just read out a bunch of stuff. I can do info
Okay.
dump or whatever. But I also
I
just
need to clean
in
myself.
character. Are you guys gonna have this report like you're in front of all of this room full of household people?
Should we retire to a side room?
Yeah, I think no, actually, Perny is not the one who would be smart enough to interrupt and suggest that you have a drink first and then save it for a side room. So Perny's not going to be the one to do that. But I'll let one of our more socially adept.
Not me.
Do you want to help me redecorate a little bit? I've been trying to. I have this new box. I figured it might be a good fit for you. It's just kind of like in the bag of holding. Do you want to come see our digs?
Is this me?
This
Talk
to
to-
you, yeah.
El Gato would be moderately interested to see this.
Yeah.
I was pushing for the right word there.
Yeah, and Morgan will, yeah, come this way, and she'll flutter up and fly. Just probably finally happy to find someone a little bit short to
Aw.
come along with her. She's like, I think
As-
we're the 3 shortest people now are like 5 feet max.
El Gato is like fetid size, like he's 4
Yeah,
feet.
yeah. He's just a little cat.
It's
As Morgan
Copernicus
as Morgan
is
flutters up,
short.
El Gato just a couple of swipes. Oh, I'm so sorry. It is instinct. That's all.
Oh,
I was going to say, you look exactly like something that like would be dangled on the
Oh
end
my
of,
God,
like, a
yes.
cat toy.
Yeah.
I am. My character sheet says 5'1", but I think we've long since made me more like 4'3" or something.
just
You just
shrinking.
shrink.
I think we went with like short for a human male and then like larger you, and we went okay. Clearly, he's much shorter.
Yeah, I've
It's
also
'cause you
lost
keep
a point
describing
of
the
strength.
character as like the guy from Up, so you've got like that cartoon level of stature.
Squat, yeah.
Yeah.
And I've also lost a full point of strength permanently.
That's
since
true.
Then, so
Mhm.
I've shriveled down a little bit.
A little more.
El Gato will not be
compacted.
sold short.
Elgato's the tallest among our short trio at this point.
The shorty squad.
Yeah.
Assuming you're counting fetid, but yes. But El Gato is still shorter than Copernicus.
Dang.
Yeah. But that's like, again, he's in this setting, the halflings are just smaller versions of other races. So there are halfling tabaxi basically, which is
Ooh, that's sick.
what El Gato basically is. So it's not like it's like, oh wow, he's like incredibly short. It's
Just
he's
a
halfling,
he's
or
one of those
a
small tabaxi.
half-size.
Yeah.
He's
I think
one of
I
the
need
small
to
folks.
draw a halfling doodle beastkin,
Oh.
which is like the fluffiest fur.
Yeah. Nice.
I mean, the 3 of you, like El Gato, Morgan, and Tromlin, are all like equally quite socially adept. So you could very easily sort of talk through everyone eat and drink and for a bit, and then we're gonna easily segue the party free to have a side discussion.
Elgato, you can stay with us. I'm kind of taken up a lot less of my room than I needed before. And wherever we're set up, I think I still want to have the tent set up just so we have like our own little private place.
Slumber
You
party.
say little private place.
Yeah.
That is
Well,
a microaggression.
awful, just awful.
Coming
You'll
from
get
the
along
ferry.
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Cool.
gladly accept your offer.
Yeah.
El Gato
So-
thinks that will be a pleasant company.
We have a tent pitched up in our room that has like a little indigenous blanket opening
Hell
as
yes.
the door.
We got a blanket door.
But as you go inside, there's a little set of stairs that goes into a short hallway with some adjoining rooms and like a little lounge space.
Lounge. El Gato
Yes.
likes the sound of that.
The extra dimensional tent.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so you make your apologies that you having eaten and drunk, that you're looking to rest a bit from your long journey, and the group of you extricate yourselves from the gathering. I think
Perny will ask where his
Copernicus- yeah.
library is before we before we go. Perny will ask if he might use his library later on in the evening. So that sometimes I have trouble passing these long nights where I don't sleep well. But this is
Yes, of course.
Perny wanting to do research for new rituals to learn.
Also, Kareem will suggest that you speak more on these other matters later, and he will happily show you his library. And then meanwhile, you guys all can go into the tent and hear what El Gato has to report to you.
Very nice.
I'll just give the overview, and you can sort of role play from there as you see fit. Does that sound good?
Mhm.
So there's basically 3 major successes that El Gato has to report. He led the party of Chillwind's barbarians and Quaggle warriors to raid 2 more of the stone towers with the ritual stones,
Right.
using Guzman's magical password to deactivate the golems, protecting them, and destroying those stones. This has severely curtailed the magic of the Raven cult, but the last 2 towers are now too well defended to directly assault. Because you guys will remember, you took out 2 of the stones.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the one that was in where you had to break into the Thieves Guild through the inn, where there was the whole chicken
Debacle.
cataclysm. Yep. And then the second one, when you came back up out of the Underdark and you found yourselves in the tower where you left that other Lich's skull.
Oh yeah.
And that was the tower you destroyed and blew off the whole roof when you destroyed that stone, and then made your way out into the hills. So El Gato will report that they have destroyed 2 more of the stones, but largely due to the element of surprise. But now the city guard and the guild have cracked down hard on the remaining locations, and they are very, very well defended. Second major success he has to report is the below ground rebellion. So
Ooh,
when you
right.
last left Ravenfall, the cult was raiding the sewers, and the Quaggles were hard pressed. There was a whole war going on down there. That is the major thing. The rebellion has taken back and secured the sewerways. New tunnels have been dug with the aid of the dwarf builders of Rockspire and the Weaselkin. The tunnels now extend well beyond the city walls, allowing the Chillwinds tribe to funnel supplies and warriors into the city. So while the cult forces still hold the city itself, the tunnels and sewerways under Ravenfall are now secure and held entirely by the resistance. You'll remember as well that they, when Glorpa was with you, she turned the Underdark there into an actual like lush fungus forest, and like
Oh yeah, yeah.
food sources are abundant. So the Quaggles now have completely sealed off and hold the Underdark beneath Ravenfall. And finally, with the help of El Gato and Gregarian, Eurus Gale has rooted out the Raven cultists in the Thieves Guild leadership. The Ratkin leader of the guild, Cyril Sneer, you'll recall,
Yes.
has
yeah.
been dispatched.
Ooh.
And in fact has been replaced by Gale himself using a magical disguise supplied by Guzman. Not sure how long that'll last, but it's only been like a week. So although Gale is walking a dangerous line, he's been able to supply intelligence to the resistance to supplement Lady Pudenza's network of spies. So the Thieves Guild of Ravenfall still is ostensibly controlled by the Ravens cult, but he is able to influence that because they've weeded out a bunch of the cultist members, and the remaining Raven cult members believe that they still have the leadership, but it's actually Eurus Gale. So while they're still doing stuff with the cult, he has the ability to do things like go, oh, let's just surreptitiously use the teleportation circle, and the Raven cult doesn't even need to know about it.
It's just
Hence,
another day in
Elgato's
the nine
ability.
lives of Gato.
Yeah. This is all like in the last 2 weeks since you guys left Elgato.
Right.
And sent the War Council through the portal to head back in there.
You have been busy, my friend.
Moving fast.
Mostly during nighttime. In the daytime, I sleep.
Ah, very
Yeah.
wise. Very wise.
He curls up in a sunbeam like immediately.
Yeah.
Well, I'm thank you for keeping the city safe. I don't know who else could have held it, let alone gained a paw hold of strength there. But of course, the great folk here, we are grateful to be on your side and to count you as an ally.
Gato thanks his amigos.
Dangalf will add his own report to that. He will say, yes, you recall that that we sent the maestro into the city of Karsh to try and
Oh yeah.
see if we could influence the king's council. And I am pleased to report that although they were not able to commit forces to attempt anything against Ravenfall and the Langarians there, they have been sending some aid to the dwarves in Rockspire. There's some sort of squabbling there over different families leading the dwarves. That seems to be, I guess, under control. But
King
there are
Lothar
reports.
Embergrim remains on the throne.
I don't think there's a. He does, but I think that there's still some sort of uprising occurring, but his forces have been bolstered. And I don't mean one of those large pillows. Those are very comfortable, and I do enjoy them. But I mean that there are additional human soldiers to join the dwarves. There is news that the very much standoff occurring in Dwimmerdale. The sorcerers there have done some sort of anti-undead barrier in the plain out below the city, and so the armies still lay siege, but the siege has I guess I would say, I call it a maximum distance. It means that the siege engines are not able to reach the walls. So it's largely a standoff. Supplies can still come into the city magically or through the ports by ship. But the roads overland are entirely impassable beyond the magic barrier. And so the armies have not made any further encroachment, but there's been no way to open up the roads and defeat them otherwise. And the last thing that I have to, and I guess I hear the war away south still drags on between the Dragonborn and the Ibetians, but the trade is almost ground to a halt overland. Nothing can come by the Great Northern Road because of the armies to the west, and Ravenfall to the north is, as you know, controls the road. But also to the east, there are rumors of attacks on caravans, and they're becoming fewer
Oof.
that come out of the deserts. And then, of course, Ibisha's war keeps much of the trade from coming up from the south. Really, there is only the Alphalicians still plying their trades by sea, and even that is very, very fraught. That's the word. I quite like that word.
It's gonna make things
but,
real rough on Sir Godfrey. Hope he's okay.
I believe he will be okay. He is the elephant of surprise.
That's your third alter ego. You've been Sir Godfrey.
It's a very difficult costume to put on.
Yeah, he'll say between the sea battles near Eldamar and the sea battles between the Dragonborn and the Ibishans, and the lack of safe ports with the wars in the north, ships need to be well armed and take great pains to avoid conflict, to do much trade between the east and west, north and south.
Dangalf, have you heard anything about the like anything happening in Elvenholm?
Yes, there's a war there.
With who?
Some sort of forces from Loktal, the peninsula. There are ships that have put to the seas. All of the harbors at Eldamar are blockaded.
Huh.
There's a particular, I guess we might call her a political prisoner, of interest there. We were wondering if you'd heard any word. But
I don't know anything specific going on there. The blockade has been difficult because, as you know, so much trade goes out through those from Elvenholm through the straits. I'm trying to think of an Elven joke for Straits of Hormuz. To be a little topical.
So there's a blockade.
The warlord Hogs is blockading. Anyway, too depressing. Let's not go there.
I was gonna say the elves aren't known for their straits, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's
I feel
true.
like
Hair straightening practices, yes, but
yeah, maybe we could just call it
I do actually like the name. I'm totally going to steal the name
Queers
Hogsmuth now, though, for like some kind of war leader named Hogsmuth.
Yeah.
That's too fantasy good adjacent.
I constantly
yeah.
forget that people love elves for their straight fantasies. So when I come across like
Do they?
fantasy art, yeah, I'll like find a new fantasy artist, and then I'll be like, "Oh, look at this cute couple," assuming it's gay.
And it's just two elves.
And it's two straight elves, two heterosexual
Just elfin.
elves, and I'm like, "Oh, people
It's
want that, I guess." That makes sense.
it's easy to interpret though. Elves are so gender fluid. It's pretty easy to just go, you might think that's straight. But you're right.
I like the idea that elves have only one gender, like dwarves. It's just elf.
Just elf.
Yeah, just
Yeah.
elf. Yeah. Nice.
Just prettiest.
Yep.
Butch elf. What else?
Whoever's prettiest gets to be queen.
Whoever's prettiest gets to be queen makes sense.
Yeah, queen.
That is kind of that is a lot how it works.
Yeah.
That reminds me of that
I-
old live journal where someone was doing like the Lord of the Rings, but it's like, I'm the prettiest elf.
Yes.
That's literally what
Still
I
the
was going for. It's
prettiest.
Legolas. It's Legolas's journal, and it was always like, still the prettiest is how. Sorry, Mom. That is
Yep.
exactly what I was referencing. So, yeah, what do you want to tell? What do you want to say to the to
Dangalf
report to
the Dun.
Dangalf here.
I'll give him the full report, like literally everything we've been through, everything we've learned in our research, anything that like we didn't cover in the council.
Yeah, I was gonna say,
Um,
keep in mind he knows all the big details from the council. Although
Yeah.
you'll have to remind him a bunch of it because he's forgotten already.
Yeah. So I'll run through everything, and I'll mention that like currently we are about to talk. Oh yeah, I'll catch him up and like we are about to go talk to, the satraps of Ix to explain why like their struggle is linked to this larger struggle, why we need to be able to call each other for mutual support. And specifically, I'm not sure. I'll tell them like I do not yet know if I should say the name Shukekza. I think perhaps I should. There will be people here who know the ancient lore, and some who may even know the true ancient lore. But if our
I see. I
path
don't
takes
know who
us-
that is.
yes, well, it's a
So I'll quickly remind you that your personal history did not enter into the War Council.
right, and yeah, and
Yeah.
Shukekza didn't come up because he wasn't. We didn't have as direct of a link yet.
No,
Yeah,
just
so I'm going to
powers
explain
in
it.
the desert.
Yeah, I'm going to explain it, but
So how
not in
much
the
do you want him
context
to
of my
know?
family.
Okay.
So anything personal to me, I'm not going to tell him. But anything that is like, Cache the Deathless.
There's power source. Yeah, Kashi the Deathless, power source in the desert.
Yeah,
Some ancient being of great power. If you want to mention the name, you could.
I will mention. I'll mention the name Shukekza.
But you're just not going to link it to yourself and Barb.
Yeah,
Basically,
but what I
right?
might vaguely say is like, my wife had old family roots here in Ix, so I know much of the lore, and I love tracing the complex and fascinating history. I'll leave it at that. What I don't want is like it comes up that I have a connection and that I'm suspicious, so I can be like, "Oh, I told you." Like this is my plausible deniability later.
Nice. Yeah, so you basically fill him in on you guys went to the tower to steal the artifact from Kashi the Deathless that now prevents him from
Actually, I don't
scrying
think
on
I'm going to tell
everyone.
him that part because that traveling
Okay.
is supposed to keep secret. I think. So I
The
might.
big part about keeping it secret was mainly just that
The clue.
Oh,
Kashi
it was
could
just to
use
prevent
it.
to avoid detection.
And that's now
Okay, so
been he's had that severed. So
okay, so then the Raven Queen did not swear him to secrecy on all the rest, I guess.
I think the major thing is it seems likely that Trellman's not necessarily supposed to spread around that he's going to try to fuck with a bunch of Fae and stuff on the behalf of the Raven Queen, just in terms of not letting the people you're doing this to know, right?
Yeah,
But
okay.
where it concerns Kashi the Deathless and everything, like you've already told the council that you had this you were just calling him the Marin sorcerer, that you were trying to deal with in the north, and now that he no longer has the clue, you can say his name without it being
So I
problem.
will reveal his name, and I think I will say that like we went to raid an artifact of power from him, and we were successful in blinding his most powerful eye of scrying. I'm not gonna say like we have it or we're using it. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Wonderful.
So
That is
looks
wonderful
like we had
news.
small and medium-sized victories all round. I feel like our campaign on many fronts goes well, and the next
Yeah,
will
you
be
emphasize the small.
well, it was a
Look,
micro
shakes his head.
aggression. But I think our next front will be one of diplomacy with the council. That is the next battle to win, bringing them on side. Any advice you have on how to do so would be excellent. I also Nedrick Strack being willing to finally get involved in the conflicts of the realm. Do you think it was more than that he's old friends with Lothar Embergrim? Or do you think that this is actually him being ready to do as he did once before and ride out in defense of the realm?
I mean, what he did before was essential. Like when the armies of the Khan rode against his father, they rode as well against Direwind and Rockspire, and they sailed along the North Sea. They sailed Northhold itself, Ravenfall. And so all of the cities of the north banded together under the old king, Strack. But you have to understand, when there is so much going on, so many parts of the world, the king will be thinking about all of his realms. He has been besieged with requests. Ships have been sent to Dwimmerdell. There has been demands from Ravensfall. The trade there still persists, but there is, of course, the concerns that you've brought forward. The House Langarian has holdings elsewhere as well as Ravenfall. The idea that there would be some open rebellion has not yet been breached. While Nightshade herself is absent, the Langarians have their own oaths to the king. So sending troops to Ravenfall in order to drive out what is for the nobles appears to be a legitimate government would not be something the king could undertake lightly. Whereas he has sent ships to Dwimmerdell, and he has sent men to Rockspire. And now he's hearing about the merchants of Direwind struggles with their caravans in the desert. The king cannot rally forces to send in every direction simultaneously. I don't believe that it is wise to broach this subject of a great threat to all the world directly with the king in hopes that he will ignore the day-to-day difficulties that come to him from the nobles and merchants. And unless we can give him somewhere to strike. If an army comes out of the desert looking to wipe out the north, I think that we will find it very plausible to convince the various rulers that they should do something about it. But it's difficult to say. We've some magical visions have occurred, and you need to stop great storms on the horizon. Well,
There are more,
the king's armies will ask, what does that mean? Which storm do we march against, and how?
Then perhaps we ought to take this opportunity with the council to gather as much evidence as we can of the growing threat here. El Gato, I believe in fencing and swashbuckling. There's a setup where you strike to the inside of your opponent, and even if it's a feint, they will flinch inward. They will remember where they've been struck before and use that against them to then strike elsewhere.
Yes, they call it, where I come from, they call that move the El Gato.
Ah, yes, I knew I had heard it by its signature name, and so I do not know if it is the wisest move for the king to send all his greatest strength out of the city to the place where he greatest fears the strike to come. Because if the enemy is about to El Gato us, it would leave him vulnerable. But at least we can. Right now, we do not know which of our allies we can count on and what they will do. But I think we can count on him to behave predictably, if nothing else.
We also
should another strike come to the city, we can perhaps have other plans prepared for that in the north.
We also know that these armies aren't just choosing to march on their own, right? Like, there's somebody controlling each of them, and they seem to be the bad guys that are out there. So we can go and, cut the head off the snake. Maybe that'll be more helpful than getting two armies to fight each other.
I think that would be very wise. My feeling is if we can use the council to set the king in motion to strike back here, simply because we know it's something that will rouse him to action. I think if we could get back to Ravenfall and besiege the last 2 towers, break the hold there so that the city holds itself and is not a bastion of strength for the enemy, return it to the hands of Lady Nightshade, that will spread our enemies' forces thinner and perhaps draw their attention there. And then perhaps from there we can see where the head of the snake emerges from to strike back against that. It may be that it's out here in the desert. It may be that it's elsewhere. It may be that there are multiple heads and this is a hydra and not a snake, but I think we won't know until we can get off the retreat, which right now I still feel as though we are on the defensive. And I think we need to... Oh, yes.
We could also lure folks out with cargo. Well, they're attacking the roads and ships. They're looking to keep people isolated. So if we could maybe clear the way for some folks by faking a cargo that is just murder.
The cargo was murder the whole time. The treasure was murder.
I think that your difficulty here will be demonstrating to whoever you are speaking with the threat exists. Because I will tell you now that the attentions of the king, of King Strack, are almost exclusively to the west. And it is maybe a blessing in disguise that the difficulties in Rockspire are happening, because it is the only thing that has turned his eye to the east. Because there are armies openly marching on Dwimmerdell, and that is where the threat that can be seen is. The activities in the north, these secretive cults and wizards, are not something that the king and his council will take seriously. To the east, they are hearing rumors of threats to trade so far, and that is all. So, whatever you are to do, if you wish to get the king's attention to be focused to the east, you will have to find a way to convince people that there is a threat.
Perhaps then the play is not to try to lure some raiders to take our cargo. Perhaps our job is to ostentatiously besiege various caravans and build up the size of the threat, the perceived threat, in advance of our meeting with the king, or a potential meeting with the king, should we be able to gain such an audience. But for now, I think the first is to get the lay of the land from the council here.
Very well. And what did you want me to do? I should probably get back to the tower, but do you wish for me to await your news? How soon are you meeting with this council?
How soon are we meeting with the council? Do we know?
You heard from your cousin that the Sattraps aren't even all here yet.
Right. Okay.
Next couple days, probably?
I think Dangalf can head back to the tower for now. I think what Perny will say to him is, if you are able to get in touch with my cousin, the Maestro,
of course.
If we are to form a coalition of those willing to defend the realm against a coordinated threat, and we must have a coordinated defense.
A coalition of the willing, you say?
Of the willing, yes. Yeah. I didn't want to say it, but you did. If we have a coalition of of the willing, we may find ourselves with both the advantages and the disadvantages of fighting in mixed companies. The king's soldiers mixed with perhaps elves from Elvenhome, mixed with raiders from Aldercove. The Maestro, well, he's an inventor.
What you were talking about my friend, is DEI. Dwarves, elves, and
And
something
hold
else with I.
something else with I.
Interdimensional
Dwarf
creatures.
initiative.
Illithids, yes.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
DEI. So,
Elgato needs to workshop some of these things some more.
yes. But the maestro in his workshop, he is quite good at inventions, machines of war, yes. But also, I know he has a bit of a mind for magic and for tactics. I'd be curious to know if he might draw up some tactical plans for how we might be better equipped to work alongside our allies should we find that we have mixed companies fighting together in defense of the realm, and also to show how the strengths of our individual groups working together, I think would be wise. I also think that if he might turn his mind, I know that he helped with the druid Glorpa in developing a way to dispense a cure for the blight that was striking the woods. I wonder if
Yes.
he might have come up with any specific machines of war that would be helpful against the siege of the undead. I feel like with
interesting idea. I will.
as long as
I will
no other
certainly
undead were
bring
there
this
who
up.
might be hurt as collateral damage, if you could build weapons that were very specifically designed to hurt the undead and not the living.
Yes. A weapon designed to destroy all undead. Yes, I will
Right.
definitely bring this up with the maestro.
I did notice that you made a really cool entrance. How are you traveling? What spell are you using?
Sorry, me?
Yeah.
I've used a spell of teleportation.
I believe the thunderclap may have been a certain dramatic power of our friend El Gato.
Ah, I see. Cool.
And not
cannot
part
help
of
it. I cannot help
Dangalf's.
it. It is in my DNA.
Understandable. Very understandable.
Stands for dwarves, naiads, and I don't know the other Aarakocra.
Hapless.
It's just that we might have to. We're definitely going to have to do a jailbreak of sorts. And I don't know what the range is. If you could help us break down some barriers.
I think that it may not in fact be Dangalf, but it might be El Gato, who would be oh, I feel like you've led a prison break or three in your day, my outlaw friend.
3. Oh, 3. Ah, you do not know Elgato.
Sorry, I think
Here's
we
a-
party in different circles.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure you probably can't just teleport into the elves, because otherwise, everyone would, because they're jerks.
Yeah.
Well, I do believe we can assemble a strong raiding party.
It would be nice to be sneakier than being in their seat of power while doing that. I'm just a little bit nervous. So, I figured I'd
Fair.
check.
Well, I must get back. El Gato, are you coming with me?
I believe I shall be staying here with my amigos.
Oh, that's
Old
great.
man.
Sweet.
We should love to have you for our journeys, and I do believe that if a folk hero of the South were to lend his word to ours in the council, that would be taken with respect by those who
You
gather.
have my sword, you have my bow, and you have my charisma. Elgato stands with you.
Excellent, huzzah!
Have my panache.
Oh, we'll never have that.
Claws, my bunny kicks. No tummies.
Yeah.
And all I ask is the occasional scritch behind the ear. It's very hard to reach. especially with gloves on.
I will point out, though, Peter, that while Gato is a name that is, revered among certain groups, it's
All
also
groups.
notorious
That's
among
true.
other groups. So I don't know if you necessarily want to be like, oh, this is a folk hero who will come to the council of, you think about like Zorro Legends and how often would you bring him forward to like the heads of government to say, yeah, you'll take this
Right.
guy.
Yeah, he'll
right?
overthrow you.
Right?
Yeah,
Then-
yeah.
Then perhaps he'll be
It's like
joined by
literally
respected merchant
notorious
Don
Benito.
Garveldo.
Oh, is he here too?
Exactly.
Huh. Man, a bunch
Yes,
of old
yes.
friends are turning up everywhere today.
Yes, what a coincidence.
The only people
with
who
that-
do not respect El Gato are losers.
Do we want to take a break here? Do we want to
Yeah.
pause? Is a good time.
Pause.
Yeah.
Dangalf will use your teleportation circle, or he'll just burn another high level, unnecessary
Of course.
high level spell slot. Teleport's like a 7th level spell. Like he's burning us
That
It's
sounds
pretty
about
sick.
right.
upper level spell
Yeah.
slots for no good reason.
Yeah, I mean, I'm technically older than him, but I hope I'm like as aged as him someday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can just we're just burning spell slots out of.
You weren't
like,
as
avoid
old as
planner
he
ones.
is now till like when you stopped aging.
Yeah.
So yeah, so physically he's older.
Chronologically, though.
Yeah, I feel like he's the kind of guy who, like, if the vending machine is out of Snickers, he would use a wish spell.
Yeah.
I don't know if he has, I can't remember if he has 9th level spells. He might.
The gods of the realm are just like, "Ah, not this guy again."
I made him at least 15th level. I can't remember. I think
Good lord.
he might have 8th level and that's it. I don't think
I mean, he's
got
part
a
of the, like,
spell slot.
crazy powerful wizards, so he's got to be...
He's
powerful
a
enough for them to
member
put
of
up
the
with him.
counts of the Council of Wizards.
There's a good chance he's forgotten what level he is and also what level of spells he can cast.
Yeah,
Probably.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay,
Do second edition still.
Break.
let's take
Oh my God.
like a 10-minute
We'll
break.
see y'all in a few.
See y'all in a
Jump
few.
back on.
Bye.